Are you looking to become more influential in your life because you feel like you'd like to have a good impact of people, better relationships with people, and mentally that can be quite important as well? Well, today I'm going to talk about becoming more influential in a positive way, of course, not in a manipulative way. And if you stay until the end, I've got an extra point for you then as well. Now, if you want to connect with me further on social media, you can find my links in the show notes below as well. I used to be a very, very shy person. I used to be like really nervous socially. I remember a point where I'd hide away in the toilets as a young teenager because I was really nervous, self-conscious, going into a new environment, right? And I did that a couple of times. It was actually quite sad thinking about it. So if you're in that position, know that you can progress from there, of course. Yeah, I went through a lot of personal growth in my life, particularly from like the years of 2018, sort of more 2019, doing a lot of learning, a lot of personal growth, and then actually applying it. That was a key bit, and then onwards. And I found that I've been able to influence a lot of people in a good way, right? I run a sales team and try and influence them in a good way to feel good about themselves so they can succeed and hit their targets and obviously make our company succeed. I try and influence people in like workplaces, like so that they feel good about their work and so we can get the job done together, right? I try and influence my friends and family so they can feel good about themselves, right? Because if you're, maybe a bit shy or don't feel so good and you want someone to feel better, you're not going to have as good an influence as if you can start really applying some influential skills. And again, unfortunately, are there people out there who manipulate people because they know a little bit about human psychology and they use it for bad? Of course there are. I obviously know that you're listening right now and you want to use it for good. You want to help people and you want to better your life as well, which is totally cool. That's totally something that, well, I'd encourage you to do that so you can feel good about yourself. It's a continual practice, I found though. Consciously becoming aware of your influence in your life. And the most important influence is on yourself. You want to influence yourself to feel good as well. Now, I want to ask you this. How is it helping you by being stuck and not feeling influential and just feeling maybe a bit low about yourself, not feeling like you got the relationships in your life? Well, if you're anything like me, it didn't feel so good. So let's go into a few pointers I've learned. Now, some of these are going to sound very basic, but sometimes the most basic things are the most effective. Number one, smile. A smile will go a long way. A smile is obviously non-verbal contact. Now, non-verbal contact is really human beings interact off each other's energy, off each other's nervous systems. And if you're able to smile, it's going to create a good kind of energy. So if you're able to smile at someone, even if they don't smile back, that's a really powerful one. So just practice walking around, maybe smiling to a person each day, and then just keep practicing that. The power of sometimes someone just smiled at me in the street just feels good, or when I smiled at them, feels really, really good. A second point, make people feel important. Make people feel like they matter. Don't try and make yourself sound important because you'll become important by making other people feel important. So put the intention to make other people feel important. The third one, ask people questions instead of giving orders. Maybe if you're a manager or someone like that, you've got to tell people what to do. Start asking questions of people, not in a bad way, but asking people to really think for themselves in a, again, what's the word I'm trying to think for, not contradictive. It's gone, the word from my head. I sometimes forget like the word I'm talking about. It's when you feel like patronizing, that's the word I was looking for. Not in a patronizing way, in a way that's really going to allow them to grow. And again, that comes back to intention. And then the fourth one, start thinking about their point of view. When you're talking to someone about something, think about their point of view, where they are, because you never know what someone's going through. Now, you can't mind read, but it's really important to see someone's point of view as well. Now, I've got a final point for you then as well, but if you want to connect more, you can find my links to social media, linked in the show notes below. The final point I would add is try and remember details about people and then play it back to them. Because think about it, when someone's remembered something about you, even just saying their name a few times, not every sentence, because that'll probably drive them insane, but playing back their name is really important. But like playing back details to them is really, really going to be important. I've certainly learned that because when I've shared something back with someone, I'm like, oh yeah, you said you were doing that. How did that go? They actually feel really respected. And I felt likewise when someone's remembered something about them, about me, I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. You know, thanks for remembering that. I appreciate that. So make an intention to just, here's an exercise you can do. Just if you're meeting someone new, just remember three things about them. Just use that as an exercise. Do that each day for a week, see how it goes. So that's what I got for you today. I appreciate you for being here, and remember to lead with your heart and not with fear.